The world of Formula One just flipped on its head when the chairman of Scuderia Ferrari, Elkann, publicly pointed fingers at his own drivers. The ripples were immediate. At the heart of it, the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, now staring down comments that felt like a personal challenge. It began innocuously enough at a Milan event, where Elkann praised Ferrari's endurance racing arm, reminding the paddock that Ferrari wins when it is united, as the WEC results have shown us. When everyone is together, great things can be achieved. Then came the turn. Brazil was a huge disappointment, he said. In Formula One, we have mechanics who are always first in performing pit stops. The engineers work to improve the car. The rest is not up to par. We have drivers who need to focus on driving, talk less, and we have important races ahead of us, and it is not impossible to finish second. This is the most important message coming out of Bahrain. When Ferrari is a team, we win. We need drivers who think more about Ferrari and less about themselves. Boom. The message couldn't have been clearer or sharper. Publicly, he was urging greater unity, louder action, and less chatter. He was effectively suggesting the drivers were part of the weak link. Inside the team, the timing stings. Not only did the Brazil Grand Prix deliver a double retirement for Ferrari, with Hamilton crashing into the back of Franco Colapinto on the first lap, and teammate Charles Leclerc being taken out in lap 6 as he battled near the front, but the result dropped Ferrari to 4th in the constructors' standings with only 3 race weekends left. The optics? Bad. The trust? Shaky. The leader? In the hot seat. Hamilton, having swapped his long-term home at the dominant Mercedes F1 team into the red of Ferrari, has admitted his season has been a nightmare. He said, "Definitely between the dream of driving for this amazing team and then the nightmare of the results that we've had, the ups and downs, it's challenging." And now Elkann's words are hanging over him like a shadow. Was the shot aimed at him? Many fans think yes. Leclerc has been steady all year, Hamilton less so. Elkann's "drivers talk less" remark couldn't help but apply. The world watched as social media lit up. Ferrari staff said internally the politician-style comment was meant to motivate the team after a weak weekend. Externally, it looked like a direct hit. Hamilton did not stay silent. On social media hours later, he posted, "I back my team. I back myself," accompanied by images of him in the garage, the famous prancing horse engine cover of Ferrari and the Brazilian flag. Then, even stronger, "I will not give up. Not now, not then, not ever. Thank you, Brazil. Always." What does this mean? In the drama-driven stage of F1, every word and image counts. Hamilton is saying, "I'm in, I'm loyal, I'm fighting," but implicitly, "I'm not broken," and behind the scenes, he's probably biting. Meanwhile, Leclerc posted his own message. A very difficult weekend in São Paulo. Disappointing to come back home with nearly no points at all for the team in what is a critical moment of the season to fight for the second place in the Constructors' Championship. It's uphill from now, and it's clear that only unity can help us turn that situation around in the last 3 races. We'll give it all, as always. He echoed Elkann's words, unity, but from a place of support, not blame. At its core, this is about pressure. Ferrari's WEC arm is dominating, their F1 arm is far from. The message sent from Elkann: when Ferrari is a team, we win. A rallying cry, yes, but also a warning shot to the drivers, and maybe to Hamilton in particular. And then we come to the subplot, Hamilton's shift to Ferrari. He brought a trophy-laden pedigree, the hope of a new era, maybe the final lap of his career. But adaptation has been rough. Teething issues at a giant like Ferrari. They're magnified. His nightmare comment underscores a harder truth. In F1, legacy doesn't buy you immunity. Performance does. The tension builds. Driver versus team. Legacy versus present. Words versus results. Elkann's comments might ignite motivation, or sow deeper unrest. The question now, can Hamilton rise to that shot fired across the bow? Or will it simmer into something more dangerous for all parties? We pause here, with Ferrari in a precarious moment, the stakes colossal, the spotlight unforgiving. Hamilton has signaled defiance, the team's top boss has signaled dissatisfaction. The fans? Watching. Hungry for redemption. Hungry for fireworks. And as the story unfolds, one big question looms. Is Ferrari's driver lineup part of the problem or part of the solution? It's no secret that Ferrari's been chasing shadows for 17 long years. Since Kimi Raikkonen's triumph in 2007, the world's most iconic racing team has tried everything. Superstar drivers, multiple team bosses, and now a WEC title to distract from F1 woes. But the title that matters, the one that keeps Tifosi up at night, remains untouched. And now, with Elkann's public jab, the pressure is boiling over. Let's talk bluntly. Lewis Hamilton didn't sign with Ferrari to be a motivational project. He's here to win, full stop. But after 21 races in red, the car hasn't delivered. The strategy's been erratic, and the chemistry between driver, machine, and team is still simmering, not sizzling. Elkann's criticism didn't just land in the media echo chamber. It hit the paddock like a grenade. What makes this moment even more curious is the backdrop of Ferrari's runaway success in the World Endurance Championship. The 499p unstoppable. Le Mans wins, manufacturers' titles, operational excellence. The same factory, the same logo, yet two totally different worlds. Elkann's message was clear. The endurance team is what unity looks like. The F1 team, not so much. But let's dig deeper. When Elkann says, drivers who need to focus on driving and talk less, what exactly is he pointing at? Is he blaming Hamilton for being too vocal about his frustrations? Because when Hamilton called the season a nightmare, he wasn't hiding. He was owning it. He wasn't blaming the team. He was being honest. What's more ironic is that neither Hamilton nor Leclerc have thrown their team under the bus. They've spoken of struggle, yes, but always with self-awareness. They've protected the Scuderia's image more than the Scuderia has protected them. And now, with Elkann's comments unleashed, some would argue that the chairman just did what the drivers have been careful not to, expose the fracture lines publicly. Let's also not forget, Ferrari brought in Lewis Hamilton for more than lap times. They brought him for leadership, for experience, for the legacy of winning. He's not just another driver, he's a symbol. And when Elkann challenges his commitment with veiled jabs, it begs the question, did Ferrari forget why they signed him in the first place? The paddock is already buzzing. Fans and insiders are split. Some say Elkann's tough love is overdue, others think it's self-sabotage. And in F1, perception can shape reality faster than tyre degradation on a hot track. The last thing Ferrari needs right now is a civil war. And then, there's the elephant in the garage. 2026. The regulation reset. The moment every top team is secretly building toward. Elkann's message may have been a pressure release, or a calculated move to shift focus toward the future. Because if Ferrari flops in the next era, the excuses will run out. Public blame games won't cut it. What happens if this criticize to inspire plan backfires? Look at Alpine. When their CEO Laurent Rossi publicly tore into the team, things unraveled fast. 2 months later, Rossi was gone. Ferrari isn't Alpine, sure, but neither are they immune. Pressure trickles down. And unity, the very thing Elkann claims to want, doesn't come from finger-pointing. It comes from trust. So where does Hamilton stand now? The answer is in his post. I back my team. I back myself. I will not give up. Those aren't just pretty words. That's a warning. A message to his fans, his critics, and maybe to the chairman himself. I'm not here to be anyone's scapegoat. I'm here to win. And I know what it takes. As for Leclerc, the tone was softer, but no less revealing. Only unity can help us turn this around, he said. That's code. That's a subtle way of saying, we're all in this together, so let's start acting like it. And that's where this story leaves us, for now. Ferrari is at a crossroads. The team has two of the best drivers on the grid. They have a legacy. They have the resources. But right now, they lack alignment. Elkann's public address may have lit a fire, but fire, as we know in Formula One, can either propel you forward or burn the whole garage down. So, we leave you with this. Did John Elkann just light the spark that brings Ferrari back to glory? Or has he just opened a wound that'll take years to heal? Let us know what you think, because one thing's for sure, this isn't over. Not by a long shot.